Hello everyone, welcome to Immortal Gaming Show. I hope you have a great day today. I know I haven't posted in a while. I've been a little under weather and a lot of work was piled up. Today we're going to talk about Resident Evil 9. Now, for those who are perfectly versed in RN news and all the rumors, we always get rumors when it comes to Resident Evil games. They're quite famous, as you all should all know. And excuse me. And we've been getting a lot of rumors from different sources all over the place. At first, there were these playtesters coming up saying such wonderful things about what everybody in our community wanted. We all know what they are: Return of Jill Valentine, Great Stalker Enemy, the Goat Man, the hospital. That is just perfect. It's just awesome. Then comes this other perfectly viable source that today everybody is a little hesitant on what he says, because he's not always wrong or right. Mostly right though. Most of the time he is right. He comes out and says that all that we've been hearing about this is bullshit. There's no such thing. And I tend to believe him. This guy, as you might all know him, for those who know, his name is Dusk Gollum. He's quite famous. He's been a very tangible and believable RE source forever. But he has some dark spots too in his resume. But he's mostly correct, which is a lot more we can say about a lot of other playtesters that come on and say a lot of stuff. Anybody can come on and claim they're a playtester. Now, don't get me wrong. I wish what they said is true. I want Jill back. I want the hospital. It sounds so cool. But I'm gonna go with Dusk Column here on this one. As much as I want to believe what those playtesters, announced, we gotta keep a clear head because we never know. Because you know what they say, don't put your expectations too high. You'll never be disappointed. For all we know, they may make something even better. And if Jill is actually in the game, in whatever capacity it is, hopefully it's gonna be a good game. Now there's this other rumor that's out and about. It's about the fact that RE9 is apparently gonna be open world. Yeah, imagine that. Great. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fairly against this stance. They may make it work, but I highly doubt it. It takes away from the tension and the survival horror, or any horror at all whatsoever. Now, small, compact, open area, that's totally fine and in line with the plot of the series. Now, we're going to see. We don't know. Apparently Leon is returning, which is about time. I know we've been getting a lot of Leon, but we haven't gotten a modern, how should I say it, a modern day Leon game, a game which is Leon plays in that is in the current time. It's not a remake. Yeah, we're gonna have to see, but I'm still waiting for a Chris Redfield one too, a real one that actually playing with him all over the place. All the time, not just few short segments. We're gonna have to see. You don't know. Now, guys, if you guys have played RE4 Remake, you know what they're doing. They're doing a great job, doing great work, and I tend to trust them a lot more now. Thank God. Although some of their practices are not exactly, to my taste, like censoring Onimusha 2. What the hell? Absolutely unacceptable. But we're gonna have to see if they dare do something like this. Well, they're gonna have to scream until their head pops off or something. Now, we don't know what RE9 is gonna be like. Hopefully, it's gonna be a great game. We're all waiting, but we have to see. All right, let's talk about the next segment of the. I can't say news, but more like hopeful thinking. There are a lot of Ori game's gonna come out apparently. We know from Dusk Golem and again hopeful wishful thinking that Code Veronica is being made, and I've always been on the firm stance that Ori 4 doesn't need a remake. It's called Veronica that needs a remake. 4 is perfect. Veronica is so badly made. We're gonna need Ori Code Veronica to be remade. That's absolutely necessary. Now, apparently finally they heard it because Capcom has, if they have one good quality, it's this: they know exactly how to listen to their customers, unlike other politically driven psychopaths that work in companies. Now, sorry, we're gonna have to see what they're gonna do. But they have RE5 in remake, they have a Code Veronica in remake. Apparently, they have a Zero remake too, which is great because that game also needs a remake, which makes sense to me because I think RE5 is modern. They don't need to remake it, but I don't think they're gonna get away from this remake train because it's such a good thing, bringing all the game back to the modern day. But they need to do it right. They need to absolutely do it right. Uh, yeah. In my opinion, what they're gonna make, what they're gonna release first is first R9 is gonna come out, and then they're gonna go with 1 year each of the remake, like maybe Zero first or Code Veronica, or Code Veronica and then Zero. But the question is, if you're gonna remake Zero, you have to remake one too, as well, because we already have a good one remake, but it's not exactly to the modern standards, if you know what I mean. And I don't mean the political agenda, fuck that shit. I mean the actual controls and whatever. That's despite me loving the old camera style, but it just does not beat it for me for the third person. I started gaming in when I was 3 years old with Max Payne and IGI, and then Resident Evil 4 was the first game that really did everything for me. Like it's game of my life. I want to be playing that game all again and again and again until I die. But until then, I'm gonna play all the games that are gonna come out. But first, I want all the games remade in a good stance. Now I played all those and I love the one remake, but I just can't get it out of my head. With those modern controls and a few polishes and touches here and there, it's gonna be such a good game too. The more the better. Why not? This if there's quality, of course. Yeah. Now we're gonna have to see. They haven't said anything about one remake, but apparently Zero is coming out as well. And I trust the guy. I trust Toscala. He's my best source there is. Sure, he's been wrong here and there, but that doesn't mean that he was wrong all the time. Maybe the plans changed. Most likely they always happen. Now we all know RE8 was supposed to be the game that we're playing right now. It's supposed to be Revelation 3. Now I don't know about you guys. I love Revelation 1. I love it. I think it came out in a time people really needed a good survival horror game. Now, it wasn't a great quality, but it did the job. It itched the scratch we had so much back in the day. Because I don't know if you guys know, Capcom wasn't making a great, let's say, survival horror games back in the day in the 7th generation, 360 and PS3 era. Despite, and I hate RE5. I don't know what it says. I just hate that game. Uh, it's not true. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite at all. I just can't, get into something that Call of Duty-esque. It just doesn't feel like RE to me. On the other hand, when it comes to RE6, I like that game a lot. Not for its gameplay and the way it is. No, not because of that. I just love the gameplay for co-op. I don't count it as an RE game specifically. Everyone says, "Why could you like this game? It sucks. You hypocrite." And I say, no. I see it as an RE animation being playable with great combat mechanics. Not how should I say this? I don't want these mechanics to be in any new RE game, of course. I don't want that at all. What I mean is the acrobatic moves and all the great tactical shooting and all that stuff. It's good for a one-time co-op game, but the game is very loose. But for a co-op, it works, but not for a single-player game at all. It's not good like that. I don't know how else to say it, but yeah. I also like the story. I think it was a very well-made story. You know, it connected all these characters. They brought them all back. It was cool, but I don't want them to make anything like that ever again. It was a good one-time fluke. It was a good one-time fluke. That's it. We had a lot of fun on 360 and PS3 with boys, but that's it. Now, when RE7 came out, I don't know if you guys remember, but RE was dead at this point. But Capcom knew they had to do something, and they brought back one of the OGs, one of the best directors there was, and he resurrected the RE franchise with the amazing RE7. It's the game exactly how I was wanted. Now, first person is not exactly what cup of tea, but it worked perfectly. Especially at a time where PT was gonna about to come out, but didn't. There's this huge gap. People wanted a game like that, and it's that scratched perfectly. I loved it. I loved it. Doesn't mean I want first-person RE games. I don't have any problem with them per se. I think they're great and they can work. But I think they should never, let go of the third-person perspective. That's got to stay there. Maybe one game first-person in every decade, every 7 years. I'll be fine too, I suppose. Especially if they're making old games. I didn't talk about this, but we need those old games too that came during PS1 era. Those games that sucked ass. We all know what they are. They could really use great remakes. I know they were not commercial successes, but they could work now if they did it right and they marketed it right. It could work. They should definitely do that. Like Survivor 2 maybe, and the other one, the one in a ship with the Chinese lady, spy lady, that weird dude. I actually liked that game. It was fun, It was a combination of third person and first person. It was cool for the PS2, but it had a lot of issues. Now let's get back on topic. Yeah, RE7 was like I finished it 100 times. Our favorite games of all times as well. They really did great work on that. They saved the franchise and they knew exactly what to do. First thing they need to do, they had a new engine, their own engine, and that's it. They made one of the greatest games ever. Love RE7, perfect survival horror. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Now, when it comes to this game, RE8, okay, I like it a lot, but it's not RE7 for me. It went too much in the action, and I kind of like it because I like action. Who doesn't? As long as it's appropriate, you know. As long as it doesn't go against the survival horror, as long as it doesn't hit the game, the RE series, it'll work. But they should never go over the top like RE5, machine gun and trucks, and RE6 in that matter as well. They didn't, kind of. I think Capcom made a mistake listening to people saying RE7 was too scary, like CD Projekt listening to people say Witcher 3 was too long, and they made Cyberpunk shorter, like idiots that they are. Capcom made a mistake. They went after RE8 with this lens of, oh, it was too scary, let's make it less scary. That was terrible advice. Listen to your main people. 1% said they don't like it because it was too scary. 99% that bought the game wanted it to be scary. Yeah, she's angry too, see? Yeah, that was my reaction as well. That's exactly what I did. Now, RE8, it was a good game, but I wanted to be. Do you know that scary dollhouse in the game? That had to be the whole game. That was supposed to be the whole game. But at least we got that, and I think it had a good balance. But it could have been way better. RE4 Remake is just my favorite game of all time now. RE4 is my favorite game, but now RE4 Remake is also my favorite game of all time. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to see, guys. But I believe the future of Resident Evil is very bright. We're gonna play it, and we're gonna play a lot of Biohazard games, guys. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. This was my first, actually my second news section. The first one didn't make it. I know my audio quality is not perfect. I'm on the process of remedying that. Um, we're gonna have a lot of games in stream soon enough. I have RE4 remastered with mods and reshaped a lot playthrough on the works right now. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll probably upload it tomorrow or the day after that. We'll see. And I really hope you enjoyed this new section because we're building a family here, guys. Like Vin Diesel says, we never leave family behind. Alright, guys, I hope you had a very immortal day. Have fun, my immortals. And look at this baby, he's so cute and fat. Alright, have fun, guys. I'll see you on the next Immortal News Show. Thank you.